Alright, this is Ryan Miller. Today we're going to be talking about going in and posting your final marks for the current term. This one happens to be Q1. This is just a sample of grade book that we had set up. So let's go through the process of marking your final grades for first 9 weeks. Now first off, I like to go into grade setup and go to Q1 and just double check and make sure that everything is correct here, whether you're going to be using total points for a true total points grade book, or if you're going to go with category weights and then have those weights assigned down here. Just remember that if you make any changes, that you will need to do the following. So I'm going to go through that and make a change. You're going to hit save, and then I'm going to go up to tools, click on recalculate final scores, click OK, and so that will take effect for that. Make sure you check. You're going to do this for each of your courses. Okay, so Q1's ready to go. I'm going to go back to the score sheet, and you would have to do this for each individual student. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to double click on the final grade. I can choose to override this if I like. I can then check that box and change this to anything that I want. So I can change this to a 94 for this term. See, the reporting term Q1 is right here. I can review that. I can change the percent grade as well. If this is a pass-fail class, I can actually put in P. I can type the letter P, or I can type F if it's a fail, and that's just one F. I can use the drop down arrow there too to go through and pick anything that we want to there. So I'll leave it as a 94. Pretend like I want to just override this. And then you go to comments, and by default you're going to be looking at the district comments, and you're going to be looking at the codes for your school. I happen to be looking at Orange High School, so I'm seeing all the OHS comments, and they're sortable by the different column headers. And so I just clicked on code, and now they're in code order. And notice that the odd numbers are in English and the even numbers are in Spanish, and that is for the same comment, so just like it was before. Now if you have some comments that are your go-tos, you could mark those as your favorites. And then if you sorted on favorites, let me get up here to the top, you will actually see those up here at the top, so you don't have to keep on scrolling down every time to click on those. Now if you, and when to pick one, you can just pick click on it, double click on it there, and it adds it to the bottom. So I could do more than one if I wanted to, but I think the report cards there's only room for 2, so we're going to just take that one out. Once you've, or you can click on it and hit insert as selected. That works as well. So once you've got your comments put in, I can hit close, or I can go to the next student by clicking on the arrows up here at the top, and you go through that, get each one put in, and then you can click close. And once you have gone through and you've done that for every kid, and again, you don't have to do the manual override score. You can always go back and choose to undo that, hit close. But you would make sure that the grade you wanted to have for the first 9 weeks should be shown in this column, and it's going to have your comments right here, so you can go through and review those. Now once you've got every student done, you need to make sure and verify that this box says Q1, and you can change that up here at the top for reporting term up here at the top. So let's make sure that we're on Q1. Once you've gone through and you've got your comments, all your grades and stuff in for this class, I can click on this Q1 in progress, and I can say final grades complete. And you can follow the school's procedure. They may have you something type in here, but you can type in this. The data manager will be able to see this. So you can say all grades correct and verified. Okay, so you can put whatever you want to in there. Click OK. And now grades are complete and ready to go. Now let's say that something has come up and you go, man, I really need to go in and change that kid's grade. I can go in and uncheck final, grades complete, go back in and change a grade. Okay, I can manually override this and say, okay, this kid, I'm actually going to give them a 94, close, in progress, click final, click OK, and now it's ready for the data manager to pull for the report cards. Now this is important to remember. Once a term grade is pulled by the data manager and they have pushed that to the historical marks, the changes that you make in gradebook for that term, so let's stay with the first 9 weeks, quarter one, will not be reflected in the report card. And so if something does have to change, you need to follow the school's procedures with your data manager to make sure that gets changed in historical marks. Once that information is pulled by the DM and put into historical marks, the only person that can then change that would be the data manager. So just make sure your grades are all good before you hit that grades complete. So then I'd have to go down to my save that, yes. I'd go down to my other classes and I would continue to do that, because this one still says key 1 progress. So I would double click on this, go through, make any comments. Okay, go down to the next student, continue to do that until I was done, hit close, in progress, click on final grade complete, click OK, and now that is ready to be pulled. Alright, I hope this helps, and just make sure you remember that once that stuff is pulled, that any changes that you make into the grade book for that term that you've already turned in is not going to change on the report card. Thank you.